Good morning. Good morning. Hey, long time no talk. So I'm curious, Liz, did you get notification that I went live or not? I don't think Facebook's doing that no more. Or maybe you were already looking anyway. So if you're out there, say hi, say good morning. Just so we know you're out there, Facebook has been rather uncooperative with us lately, and the lives and so on. Awesome. I don't want to talk to you. I talk to you every day. Maybe I'll kill a moment while we see if we can get some people on. Charles, can you do me a favor and turn on the lights over there? And we'll take a look at see if we got any new things. I can see one new thing from across the showroom up on the wall. I'm the only one watching currently. I can see a number of viewers. I know. Well, I don't want to talk to just you. Talk to you every day. Come on, there we go. Let's see here. All right, so down here on the shotgun wall, we got this guy. This Rock Island Armory VR80 in white. Pretty cool AR style 12 gauge shotgun. So if AR shotguns are your thing, come check it out. Let's see. Oh, this one here is one of Elizabeth's favorite rifles, Ruger 1022. I love these guns. She does not. This one's extra cool. It's got a side folder on it. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I dig it. Plenty of other 22 rifles up there as well. I'm not going through all the inventory. I'm just going to take a look at some new stuff maybe that we've got up here. DSA SA58 and 308. Not the most common rifle. Obviously, we have plenty of ARs and 5.56 and 300 black and so on from CMMG, Christensen, Ruger, so on. Q Sugar Weasel. Man, we've actually had this one for a little while. The last Sugar Weasel we had didn't last very long. But we've got the Sugar Weasel, and we still have the Fix down here in 8.6 black. Not the most typical rifles for us. Oh, we got a bunch of SIG stuff up here. We do have, where that? There they are. I think didn't we just put a spear downstairs, Dan? Yeah, so we just put a spear downstairs. So if you want to check out Michelle, good morning. Only people that work here are currently on the live. This is interesting. But next Friday and Saturday, SIG will be here for for SIG Day. Well, it's not really SIG Days, but kind of SIG Days. Jacob will be out here, our rep from SIG, and with fun stuff to shoot, as well as deals going on, and questions can be answered, and all that sort of stuff. So if you're a SIG fan, or even if you're not, and you're thinking about SIG, or you have questions about SIG, that's a perfect time to come out and pick the brain of the rep. Well, it's interesting because I wanted to talk about the event that Liz and I went to last night for MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. It was a law enforcement appreciation dinner that they do annually. We've been fortunate enough to help support that event the last couple of years, and then attend the event, which is a lot of fun. It's a free event for law enforcement officers that work in the DUI world, and just to show the appreciation to them for what they do and all that sort of thing. Last night was pretty impressive, and to talk with one of the main people out there at MAD, and the fact that they have to turn officers away. They have so many that want to come to this thing, they don't have enough room for them. So if you're a business owner and looking for sponsorship opportunities and want to hook up with the local MAD chapter, please do it. It's an awesome organization, very worthy of your time and your dollars. If they could expand that dinner a little bit more and get more officers in. We had officers out there yesterday from southeast Missouri, southwest Missouri, Rolla, St. Louis area. It's just a really cool thing. So definitely an organization we're supporting. Keep an eye on them, and for all sorts of local events around here too that you can do to support those guys and what they do. And then I really wanted to talk about, I wanted some interaction on this, which I'm not going to get from the two people that are watching. I mean, I could get interaction, but I'm interested in more perspectives on when you can and can't use force legally, or when you think you can or can't. Yesterday I was scrolling through the Facebooks, and don't drink and drive, absolutely, which is obviously the big reason for MAD, right? Mothers Against Drunk Driving. But we were perusing through Facebook land and came across a post about use of force, and do you think you need a lawyer to help you out and all this stuff, and if you use force in your home, how would you handle law enforcement, all that sort of thing. And the amount of, this is the internet, right? Well, I'm on the internet, so here we go. The amount of ignorance that was being thrown around in that by people who truly believed they knew what they were talking about is astounding. Okay, it's absolutely astounding. Get an education. Truly. Again, Liz and I said this yesterday in our live. I don't care if you come train with us, you go train somewhere else. Do I want you to come here? Absolutely. But get training from a credible instructors on the use of force and when you can and can't, and basic understanding of laws and that sort of thing. Because there was 1,800 comments on this post, and I would say 75% of the ones that I read, I certainly did not read all of them, were garbage. The very classic answer of I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6 is comical to me, and the amount of people that just threw that up there is really high. While in principle you might think, well, that makes logical sense to me, until you got to go through the court system and you realize how much you lose in that process. So there's a great book. Oh gosh, dang! Oh, Violence of Mind by Varg something. Violence of Mind. Read it, and he covers that topic very, very, very well. Of the mindset of I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6, and how flawed that is. We've talked too about situations where the good guy was actually a good guy and did everything right and still gets tried and freeborn. Thank you, Bart Freeborn. Still gets tried and convicted of a crime, and then maybe later gets appealed and gets overturned and all that sort of thing. But this person has still lost years of time in dealing with this, lots and lots and lots and lots of money. Right? So it's not that simple of, well, I just, some comments we were seeing on this post was, well, there's somebody in my house, I'm just going to shoot first and ask questions later. Like, what? That makes no sense whatsoever. And the classic answers, I know Liz and I have talked about this before, but classic answers of well, if they're outside your home, you shoot them and drag them in and stuff like that. Oh, garbage advice. Garbage advice. We do have a new class that we are just getting spun up here at the range for concealed carry laws. It's called Concealed Carry Law Review. So maybe for those of you that took your CCW a few years ago, or maybe you took it 7 or 8 months ago, and in that class, in the CCW class, we cover a ton of information. Maybe you just want a refresher on it or a chance to ask more questions. It's a good class for that. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't necessarily want to get your CCW permit, and you've already been shooting a while, so you don't care about the pistol stuff that's included in the CCW class. You just want the laws, and that's what this class is for. Taught by non-lawyers, right? But it's a great opportunity for you to come in and ask questions and play the what-if game a little bit more. When you're in a CCW class with 20-something people, and it's cool because the what-if game can go on, but then at some point we got to stop it because we have time. Yeah, lots of stress for you and your family, people in your life too. Yeah, going through the court system for potentially no reason. Obviously, if it is because what happens and everything was done right, you can't always avoid that. But if you have the mentality of it doesn't matter, I'll just do this thing, and then I'd rather be tried by 12. Okay, well, good luck with that process. Miss Kelsey, good morning. So I don't know who else is out there, but so far the 3 people have commented. I know all of them. And we need more people. This Facebook thing is really frustrating me. But anyway, that's a new class that's coming out. You can find it on our website. We got a couple upcoming dates for it. It's really going to be a great learning experience and a lot of those what-if questions. You can and just to be clear, you can't answer a what-if. You can give a general direction. You can't in most cases give a definitive answer because there's so many variables. So many variables. Now, if we get what-if questions like, well, what if a guy comes in my house and I shoot him with my tank from the backyard? Is that okay? Right? Like, come on. We're not going that way. But we have more time in that class to play the what-if game and give scenarios and talk about disparity of force and what that looks like for a man versus a woman, or a typical man versus a typical woman, and maybe in some cases it's not so typical, and it's an awesome world and confusing, which is why we have that class. So, unfortunately, I don't really have much else. I was really hoping for some interaction this morning. I read through a little bit more of those comments on the post from yesterday. I was reading through some of them again this morning, and it just kind of got me spun up about this, and I wanted to hop on here and have a conversation about it. But there's nobody here. So, and me talking to myself isn't all that exciting. That's really going to do it for me then, I think, for today. Deals going on right now. We do still have baseball targets. You come in, get a target, $1.50 for the target, and you shoot for a score. And you get raffle tickets to win. You get the chance to win tickets to a Cardinals baseball game and some great seats. And you can do up to 10 targets each day. So why not? What about threat of future use of force? What about it? If somebody says that I'm going to kill you next week and you just blast them in the face, no, you cannot. You cannot. And that's something that people get. Still haven't heard about my suppressor. How long should I expect to wait until the government tells? Woo! Well, so key word you put in there is government. The gooberment. That could be 2 or 3 days. That could be 7 or 8 months. Unfortunately, you don't know. It just depends on who it goes to. I actually had somebody in here last weekend. Maybe it was 2 weekends ago. I don't remember now. But they had purchased 2 suppressors, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks apart. One of them they got back in less than a month. One of them, it's still in jail, and it's been like 4 or 5 months. So it just depends on where it goes. I don't know, something for you to talk about. Yeah, it's just not the same talking about it to myself, though. I'm too used to having you doing all the talking here for me. So I'm a little lost this morning. All right. That's all I got. Hopefully, at some point, we'll get this thing worked out with Facebook so we can, people know that we're on and we can have a little bit more interaction. If you guys need something, come see us. 14803 Manchester Road in beautiful Baldwin, Missouri. 10 to 8, Monday through Friday, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 10 to 6. You guys have a super awesome day. Stay safe, be nice to one another. We'll catch you soon. Later.